So we're here for Eurovoix, and I am here with Florian Vida, the stage designer for the Eurovision 2025 in Basel. How are you feeling now? It's finally revealed.
Well, first, I'm super excited to do another one. Almost feel guilty, but anyway, there have been so many others. So, whatever, I don't know. For some reason, I made it, and I'm very grateful for this. It feels good, to be honest. Yeah, very exciting to do another year.
And you really wanted to incorporate Switzerland into this stage. When you started working on it, what was the first thing that you wanted to bring? Was it like mountains or the languages? You were speaking about a lot of it on the press conference.
Actually, first, Eurovision should, in a way, always reflect the hosting country. So that's at least always the goal. Whatever it is, you can go in so many different, or it could be done in so many different ways. In this particular case, there are actually three essential or key elements and key ideas that popped into my mind. So one is a kind of a more obvious thing, as you can see in the visuals. There are mountains in there, but I think it's the mountains have such a huge impact on Switzerland's culture, not only from a visual point of view, but also it really shaped their culture, I think, and that's why I believe it's just an important thing that should take place in this show. Not in a simple way. I mean, our mountains can do many different things, and they can morph and transform and do certain things, and they can appear and disappear, but they are definitely part of this, let's call it, generic look. And then there are two more. So that was the simple one, and then there are two more, a little bit more intellectual, or there's a more intellectual approach to it as well. I think Switzerland, with its 4 different languages, is really special. I think there is no other country in the world where a language also is attached to a certain culture, and I believe there is no other country where 4 different languages and also cultures are combined in such a perfect way, in such an organized way, and I think this makes Switzerland really special. But it all becomes one in a way, and I was looking for a visual symbol that reflects this kind of, or that reflects this kind of fact. So I came up with this almost letterbox-ish frame that's placed in the middle of the room as a statement, and the 4 sides of the letterbox actually reflect the 4 languages, and it all becomes one, and it frames it, and it ties it together. So that's a kind of a more philosophical statement. And then there is a third one, which is more of a design statement. There's a famous designer from Switzerland. His name is Karl Gerstner, and he came up with a design grid. And everybody who is into design, into architecture, knows about the Swiss grid. So on one hand, it's giving you a particular order, but on the other hand, there's a lot of stuff that can happen within this kind of grid, and that's the kind of philosophy that's behind this, and we came up with our own interpretation of this grid. So first, it's 3-dimensional. Second, it's interactive, so it can do certain things. You can get so many different looks out of it, and I think it's just a great tool to play with. We have an LED screen in front of it that's transparent, that can do other things, But I think it's an extremely versatile set design, and as always, it's the goal to get as many different looks out of it. But on the other hand, having this kind of strong identity for each country.
And if we were to go back to 2024, which, funnily enough, had a cross as the stage sign, it was almost destined to end up in Switzerland. But something a lot of people were talking about before we got to see the reveal was the green room. And this year we haven't seen it either. Is there anything you can tell us about the green room, or is it a secret for now?
The green room is not going to be behind the stage as it was in Sweden. It'll be in the room, but it's not going to be as you would expect. I'm so sorry, I'm not allowed to give you any further hints. But I think it's a very, very interesting setup. In a way, it kind of mirrors of what you'll see on stage. So this kind of scenario is to create this kind of immersive feeling. It's doing very much the same as what the stage does. So that's all I can say.
Well, we're definitely more excited about the stage, and I can't wait to see it in action. Hopefully in the coming 4 months when it's going to be finished. Best of luck with the production, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much.